Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. Let's just make sure everything's on. Yes it is, so we're back tonight. Normal setup with the Nordshliefe Just for Fun Driving Club. We're back to 3 lap races, so we should squeeze 4 in again for you lot. BOP is on. Fuel consumption and tyre wear does sort of alter throughout the night depending on how they feel. Weather might be a part of it as well. We'll see what goes on. But that's what we've got coming up tonight. 3 lap races live from Nordshliefe. No pot kind, I'm still not playing your videos. Still got stickers available, people. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Outside of that, let's get ourselves in. Evening. I've put the camera back over here because I didn't like it over here. Didn't like it staring at me straight on, so I've moved it again. So yeah, welcome back. We're just around the corner from race 1 start. No qualifying in this. Just a quick shout out to LLO. Is he in the room tonight? Can't see him. So one of the regulars from this one. He's chucked me a subscription, and so has Kenneth. I hope I'm saying this right. Kachia. New subscribers as well. Thank you, boys. Cheers. Appreciate it. Right. So let's get ourselves ready for this one. Let's have a look. We've got a few new drivers in this lobby tonight. Fire Basti, Paddy Tess, Rocket Launcher, nice. Stefan Dinu, Vic Wheels, Marcorn, you might have to be called Macron because you're French, whether you like it or not. Lumpen Samler, he's back in the house. Piwo, and Die Cuba, interesting name. That's what that's the drivers we've just had. When I joined there was 15 drivers in here, but maybe drivers being oofed out to allow others in, I don't know. We've got 11 drivers ready to race. 12 if Happy Luca, new driver, decides to stick around. So race 1 order will be set up from driver rating and sportsmanship rating. That's the the DRSR ratings. You can see the A's, B's and all the rest of it. You can see as it gets further down they get slightly worse in terms of lettering. So that's going to be race 1, and then everything else after that is going to be reverse grid. So we're just around the corner from race 1 start. Let me get myself in, turn all the nonsense on. We should be seeing a Vic Wheels, but he's hiding just over the brow probably, or parked around the corner. Yeah, it's hidden. Get a quick browse at some of these liveries. I won't get to see the boys in the pits, unfortunately. And that's most of them. So race 1 then. 3 laps from Nordshliefe. Let's no, I won't drop myself out. I was going to drop myself back into the main lobby and have a look at settings, but let's not do that. So 13 drivers on track for race 1. False starts are set up here, so anyone jumping the lights does get penalised and held back. Right, red lights go on then. Race 1 just about to start. Held for a while. Not a great start by Fire Basti. Wasn't. Oh, okay. He's okay. All right. He's staying out of the way then. He's not wanting to get involved in the chaos. Maybe new to the room, new to the track. Just just here for a bit of fun. But we'll see how he gets on. Oh, Vic Wheels is parked. Interesting. Not sure what's happened there. Right, so back to the front then. DIA3SP Mart has managed to get himself out front then with the departure of... who was that? It was Fire Basti, wasn't it, who was leading this one. Vic Wheel still parked up. Mart already pulling a gap then. Cuba in second under a bit of pressure as they run up through flight path. Oh, a little bit sideways from Cuba. Parkine Vectra hot on his heels as they head down towards the hairpin. Paddy Tez in fourth. Got Rocket Launcher having a bit of a punch up with Ace Killer at the minute. Ace Killer just getting himself through. Rocket Launcher already with a half a second penalty as they hit the hairpin. Stefan Dainu in seventh then. In that midfield pack being chased by Macron. Happy Luca. Late entry to the lobby, but doing right at the minute. Ninth. Fire Basti gave up the lead of the race, stayed out of the way. Dropped himself down to 10th position, but looks to be doing alright at the minute. Pivo in 11th. Lumpen Samler in 12th, and yeah, looks like we've lost Vic Wheels for some reason or another. Okay, so the 1.5 second lead that Mart did have out front has been reduced down to 0.6 of a second. Cuba managing to put a couple of good corners in. He's pulled away from Parkine Vectra and slowly closing up on Mart. Kevin Est too late to join this race, unfortunately. Yeah, dips himself straight back out. He's seen that it's only just started. On board then with Cuba in the big Mercedes as he hunts down Mart for that top spot. Again, pulling a little bit of time from Parkine behind. He's all over the back of Mart. Now, the question is, what tyres? I'm just going to flick forward to Mart, so apologies if that's Rexy Brain. Okay, so Mart is on the medium tyres. Cuba is on the softs, hence why he's able to make that gap up massively on Mart. The question now needs to be, has he thought about that in terms of strategy? I mean, great, if he can get past Mart and storm ahead and make a bit of a gap. Mart just keeping him tucked behind him at the minute. Should be able to get him down here, if anywhere. Mart gives him plenty of space, side by side then. Doesn't look like Cuba's just going to squeeze his way ahead. Yes, he is. Mart needs to stick in the slipstream, but again, has Cuba taken into account the amount of wear that these tyres are going to have? We'll see. So Mart then drops to second. Potkine's still in third. We've got Paddy Tez closed back up on him. Getting his lines right in the Porsche. Stefan in the Mercedes in fifth. Just heading into the carousel. Wow, into that. Oh, a couple of drivers missed it. Ace Killer and Happy Luca both fall outside of the... there's a little bit of contact there. Not sure if that was Happy Luca cutting across the racing line or Ace Killer. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Ace Killer continuing on. Obviously he doesn't deem himself to have done any wrong there. Rocket Launcher at the front of this pack though has got himself a little half a second penalty. Needs to get rid of that. But he can only do that on the Dottinger straight, and with these boys so close they will go peeling past him. Oh, Pivo. Going a little bit off-road there. Fire Basti still holding that 10th position. Actually he closed himself back onto this pack here. Happy Luca getting himself back up to speed, and Lumpen Samler. You were struggling a little bit last week, Lumpen, weren't you? But it's all good practice. And it's all changed at the front again as Mart retakes the lead. Cuba has to drop back into second. Oh! He's lit the tyres up coming out of that turn. The back end's continued round. Oh, he's left the lobby. There you go, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Shouldn't do that. That for me, that's poor sportsmanship if ever I've seen it. So that does release Mark then back into the lead again with a 2-second lead over Potkind Vectra now into second, but he is under increasing threat from Paddy Tez. Perfect place to get the slipstream at the minute, Paddy. Oh, can't see anything out that back window. Slipstream just starting to come into effect now then, that gap getting slightly smaller. Is it going to be enough to go for the move? You can see a few drivers go for overtakes down here. Getting closer then. Is he going to bump draft? Yes, he is. So no opportunity to overtake now really then. Now he's giving him the bump draft. You're not going to go for an overtaking move up here. I think all three of these drivers on the medium tyres, so they won't stop on this lap. Let's have a look. Stefan also on the medium stays out. Ace Killer on the medium stays out. Peebo medium stays out. Okay, Fire Basti opting to go for 2 laps on that soft tyre. Let's see how they hold up at the end. Oh, well, I was going to say I was going to see how they held up at the end of lap 2, but they're not holding up very well at the end of lap 1, are they? So soft tyre for you, soft tyre for Macron as well, medium tyre on for Rocket Launcher, Happy Luca on the softs, a lot of wear on that Mercedes on the front end, Lump and Samler on the hards, opting to run long on those, potentially able to do all 3 laps with the fuel he's got on as well. Down to 11 drivers though. A couple of drivers already opted to drop out of this one. Mark then loses a little bit of time to Potkind Vectra behind. It was 2 seconds, it's down to 1.2. Still being harassed by Paddy Tez. Stefan's managed to make a break from the drivers behind as well. He's out on his own at the minute, but he is slowly... He's yo-yoing a little bit between him and Paddy Tez. Well, Paddy Tez all over the back of Potkind, running down through foxholes. Difficult place to overtake. Trying to make it work though. Able to do it there. Got to be careful, this is just going to allow Stefan to close back up on the pair of them. That's Peebo leading this next pack then in 5th. Ace Killer losing a bit of time, he must have been overtaken down the Dottinger. He was in 5th. Oh no, he was in 5th as he came across the finish line, I believe. Must have made a mistake in the early stages of lap 2. Peebo taking advantage into 5th then. Ace Killer 6th. Fire Basti gave up the lead of the race, dropped himself to 10th. Obviously had a couple of drivers leave, but he's up to 7th. Macron in 8th. Rocket Launcher 9th. Yeah, trying to keep that Porsche on the grey stuff. He's got Happy Luca now right up his rear end. Oh, be careful Luca. Soft tyres, very worn soft tyres in fact on the grass, aren't going to do you any favours, so you might see Happy Luca doing some spinning round at some point if he's not careful on those tyres, showing a lot of wear on them. Rocket Launcher just moving out of the way, giving that position up. And Lump and Samler still on those hards. He's 35 seconds down from Rocket Launcher, 52 from race leader, but maybe he hasn't got to stop. We'll see. Stay hydrated, folks. Top 3 just about seeing the top 4 there. There is Mart, Potkind, Paddy Tez and Stefan just in the background. Paddy Tez falls off the back of that fight with Potkind Vectra. It's a big old gap now, 1.9 seconds. Whoa, he's got it all wrong. Lights the rears up on the right-hander up towards the carousel. Loses a position, unfortunately. Oh, falls out of the carousel through there as well. Come on, those medium tyres aren't that worn out. Stefan gets through then. Onto the podium for him. Paddy Tez drops to 4th then. Piwo's still 5th. Ace Killer falls off the back of him a little bit as well. Was Piwo on the mediums? Yeah, he was on the mediums. Interesting. Maybe a tiny bit of fuel saving from Ace Killer. But he's now got a mirror. Slowly getting bigger with Fire Basti in the gold Porsche. Macron now out on his own, 2.2 seconds behind Fire Basti. There's the gap, and Happy Luca another 4.3 behind him. There is Happy. Look at the front tyres on that thing. Absolutely screaming to be changed. I can imagine he's quite happy it's the fronts and not the... I mean, the rears aren't much better, but if the rears were looking like the fronts, then that thing just wouldn't go round corners. Wow, and there it is, those worn tyres just... Ah, there you go. Another driver leaving the race. Martin now clear out front, 3.7 seconds. Potkind, under all sorts of threat then from Stefan. He's closed that gap right up on Potkind. And he's just coming into the Dottinger straight as well. Already goes for the move up the inside already into the mini carousel. What a move from Stefan. Oh, he's trying to gather that Mercedes back up. Almost threw him back off the track, but yeah, great move by him to throw it up the inside into the mini carousel. I didn't think he was going to make that work, but he did. Has slowed Potkind Vectra down a little bit, brought Paddy Tez back into the equation of this three-way fight for second now. Paddy Tez drafting Potkind Vectra, pushing him closer towards Stefan, but Mart now clear with a 5-second lead. So we should see pretty much everybody come in the pits. Might be thankful for that 5-second gap. Give him a... Oh, it's a bit bumpy and bargy, but then 3 behind. Stefan trying to make a move on Potkind. Okay, Potkind stays out. I don't know if he's going to have enough fuel. Paddy Tez stays out. Also don't know if he's going to have enough fuel. Mart, Stefan, Piwo, Fire Basti, Macron have come in. Ace Killer's stayed out as well. He's got, yeah, so Ace Killer looks like he was doing a bit of fuel saving. He's got a little bit over that quarter of a tank. Let's hope everyone's got the pace right. Paddy Tez has decided he doesn't want to fuel save anymore. He's just going to push the button. Gone for the overtake on Potkind. Into the lead of the race for Paddy Tez then. Can he hold on to it? Has he worked his fuel out? Or has he forgotten all about it? Let's see. Medium tyres got plenty of life left in them. Potkind Vectra then got a little bit less fuel on board than Paddy Tez. Probably doing a bit of coasting into some of these corners. Just reserve that little bit of fuel. Make sure he's got enough to cross the line. Ace Killer, with that little bit extra fuel on, is able to press a lot harder. Oh no, rocket launcher's left the room now. Oh my god. So Ace Killer should close up on Potkind and probably Paddy Tez, but Paddy Tez looks like he's still stamping that throttle. Mark back out the pits. Enough fuel on, fresh set of softs. He is 15 seconds behind race leader. They are all very close to the limit in terms of fuel. Mark not so. He can absolutely stamp this, keep it in full race pace. No lifting and coasting for him. Stefan also out the pits. Oh, taking on more, far too much fuel, Stefan. Maybe hanging around in those pits a little bit longer than you needed to. Peebo back out, fresh set of softs, plenty of fuel, fresh set of softs, plenty of fuel for Fire Basti. Back on with a set of mediums for Macron. That's an interesting choice. I would have gone for the softs for a final lap for sure. Lumpensamler. Yeah, not stopped, I don't think. No, he hasn't stopped. He stayed out on those hard tyres. He's got plenty of fuel left in that thing. It's looking decent for this man at the minute. There is Ace Killer all over the back of Potkind, as I've just said. Again, the difference in fuel is enough. The case is, have they got enough? Again, Ace Killer had a little bit extra when he came across the line to start lap 3. So Mart's already made up 4 seconds on the race leader, so can he retake race lead? He'll definitely get himself back involved, I think, with Potkind and Ace Killer before the end of this race. Ace Killer finally getting past Potkind, can start trying to pile the pressure on Paddy. He's at 3.5 seconds up the road though. Still a little bit tentative with that fuel. Mart still pressing. Now only 10 seconds behind race leader. Stefan another 8 seconds behind Mart in 5th. Peebo 2.8 behind him in 6th. Fire Basti in 7th. 6.5 seconds. Big gaps at the back then. 9 seconds behind is Macron. And Lumpensamler in 9th is another 31 seconds behind him. So Paddy Tez still looking good at the minute, over the halfway point. Might just have enough fuel here. Through the mini carousel, through the main carousel he goes. He's now got 3 seconds over Ace Killer. Potkind almost taking shortcuts there, trying to save that fuel. Mart all over the back of him now. Now only 8 seconds behind race leader, but I think it's going to be too far gone for him to retake the race lead. Again, that all depends on whether the other two run out of fuel up the Dottinger Straight. Paddy then. That's gap down to 2.3 seconds. Ace Killer definitely getting a lot closer. Mart now only at 5 seconds behind them, 7 seconds behind race leader. It's all about those fuel levels. Top 2 getting a little bit closer together. Mart as well takes about half a second out of his gap between himself and 2nd. Pressing. Keeping an eye on that fuel gauge. Paddy Tez then. Heading in a couple of corners time to the mini carousel. Should. Oh no, Ace Killer. Ace Killer gets the left-hander on the way into the mini carousel, all wrong. Mart goes through to take a 2nd then. Potkind. Potkind not able to get past him. Stefan closed up on those two as well. 3-way battle for 3rd then, as Mart continues to close the gap, but it's not going to be enough by the looks of it. Paddy Tez looks like he's going to have enough fuel on to finish this race as well. So although Mart is bringing that time down, it certainly is not going to be enough to take 4 seconds out of him through the last few corners. Got his fuel pretty much bang on, has Paddy Tez. There he goes then to take race 1 win. Paddy Tez taking that one took him a while to get up to that front spot, but he's managed it. Mark comes home in second, then 3.7 seconds behind him in the end. Great effort, but not enough. Ace killer when the camera decides it's going to work. There he is, does come home in third. Stefan getting past Potkind Vector as well, so taking fourth for him. Potkind taking fifth. P06. Got Fire Basti taking seventh. Macron is going to come home in eighth. I know it's Marcorn. I know it is. But it's French and it's very similar to Macron, so that's what it is. Handbrakes across the line for eighth. We just wait for Lumpensammler, who's managed to do a no stopper. Corner to go then for Lumpen. There he is, crossing the line then to take ninth. Yeah, lost an awful lot of drivers out of that one. Let's have a look. How many did we lose? There is what's his gamer tag? Oh my god. Paddy Tez. Oh my god. There he is. P-Teshk. Teshk. Many noises. So official results then. There he is. Paddy Tez on top spot. Martin second. Ace Killer in third. Stefan in fourth. Potkind fifth. P06. Fire Basti seventh. Macron in eighth. Lumpensammler ninth. And we lost four. Cuba, Rocket Launcher, Happy Luca, and Vic Wheels. Vic Wheels was a weird one. He I don't even think he crossed the start line. He just peeled off to the left, parked up at the side of the track and hung about for a while and then disappeared. Random. So no new drivers then. Got 5 minutes left to wait before we kick off with race 2, so maybe one or two other drivers are going to join. Oh, Vossi's in the house. And somebody else just joining as well. Mr. Asbach. So game one, we lose one. Macron leaves the room. Okay, fuel consumption and oh, fuel consumption times 5. Damn, we've lost 2 drivers. Fire Basti's gone. Oh my god, that's 3 drivers. I thought people loved the Berg. What's going on? Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Appreciated. Drop some comments in as well. All the interaction, whether it's a like, comment, share, thumbs up or thumbs down, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Prefer a thumbs up, but you know, it's all interaction. So if you're listening, you fancy a bit of this. Oh my god, Paddy Tez has left the room. Down to 6 drivers. Come on, people. I know people want a bit of Nords. So that definitely means nobody's doing a no stop. It looks like it, doesn't it, Potkind? Bit of sabotage. Yeah, quite a full. How many did we have for race 1? So 13 drivers we started with, ended up with 9. And now we're down to 6. Random. 5. Jeepers. I mean, Vossi, Mart, Ace Killer and Potkind Vectra will have a half decent race, but unfortunately Lumpensammler's going to get left in the muck. 5 drivers, that's ridiculous. Dukes in the chat. Yes, mate. Where's everyone gone? Where the hell has everyone gone? Oh, slowly filtering back in. That's what we like. LLO, big up yourself, new subscriber. Cheers, buddy. I bet you're surprised to see just 6 drivers in the bloody lobby. Let's give him a shout, shall we? What? Give him a shout like that, shall we? Might also be in the stream chat. We'll see. But where is all the drivers? Where are all the drivers? Where are they? Well, looks like we're going for 6 then. Poor old Lumpensammler. He's going to be stuck on his own, I think, for 2 laps. It's a shame. It's usually decent, clean driving in these lobbies. There are incidents and accidents to be expected. Look at that! You never see the bloody lobby cut off there. Look, 6 cars on track here at Nords. All 13 miles of it. Great. Lights go on then. Oh, we've got a full start from Mart at the back. He's going to be stopped a little bit. Lumpensammler, sorry, a little bit slow off the line. Oh. LLO goes a bit wide through turn 1. Manages to hold on to it though. Maintains the lead in the Ferrari. Vossi and that Mercedes hunting him down. Potkind Vectra, Ace Killer, bumper to bumper. 3rd and 4th. There is Lumpensammler in 5th. Mark with that poor start, stuck behind him at the minute. Needs to get on to a little bit of a straight round this corner so he can press. Try and get past Lumpensammler. Might not even be here. No, you can't overtake him here. He's got to wait till he gets around this turn. Lumpensammler goes a little bit wide. Mark carries the speed. Pushing Lumpensammler down towards the left-hander. Oh, he's going to carry too much speed. Oh, he's managed to just hold it onto track. No! Dips a wheel on the grass on the run into the hairpin. I don't know why Mark's waiting. He possibly thinks he's caused that. I don't know. I didn't think that was the case for sure. But LLO then still leads. Vossi's fallen off the back of him by 1.5 seconds. He's now got a mirror full of 2 BMWs, Potkind and Ace Killer. Potkind finds a way through. Oh, not quite able to get through that gap. Ace Killer has to stick in 4th for the time being. Try to use the same gap that Potkind had left. Vossi was fully aware of that. Shut that gap off the second he realised Ace Killer was coming through. No sign of Lumpensammler or Mart, unfortunately. Stick with this fight then for the time being. Mart is past Lumpensammler, but I don't know whether he's still waiting for him or not. There's the gap then. LLO leads. A little bit sideways there from Potkind on the exit of that right-hander. Hard on the throttle, hard on the brakes into this right-hander as well. Got to get this one right. You need to carry the speed on the exit of this. Ace Killer getting a good corner. Fortunately, he's a little bit too close to Vossi. Pushes him out the exit. They both close up on Potkind. A little bit more bump drafting as they push themselves closer to Potkind in second. And again, look at them all bumper to bumper now then. Vossi carrying the speed, looking to get past Potkind here into this left-hander. Difficult corner, he's got to get it right. He's got it wrong. Carried far too much speed into it on the attack for Potkind. Completely the wrong side of the circuit as well. So that allows Ace Killer through to third then. All this battling has just allowed LLO, completely missing the carousel there, to stretch his lead out to 4.1 seconds. Well, that has just come down rapidly as he missed the carousel there. Down to 3.8. Those two bumper to bumper then. Potkind and Ace Killer. Vossi trying to get himself back onto the rear end of Ace Killer. Get himself back involved in that fight. Mart, on the other hand, way off the pace at the moment, 22 seconds down from Vossi. Looks like he's just hanging about, half throttle, just maybe helping Lumpensammler out, showing some lines maybe. But LLO making it look easy at the minute. Regains that gap he lost previously, that gap back up to 4.6 seconds. Vector then still holding second. Ace Killer still third. Vossi falls a little bit further back from those two. 2.3 seconds the gap now. So this really is where the battle is between Ace Killer and Potkind, but it's just opening up a little bit. I'm just going to jump forward to Ace Killer getting that one wrong. To Potkind, see what tyres he's got on. Yeah, he's on the softs. So just able to carry a little bit more speed, Potkind. See the mediums of Ace Killer trying to keep with the pace of Potkind, just causing that car to step out a little bit. Will anybody bother to pit at the end of this lap? Soft tyres on Potkind's car, about half worn on the fronts. Potentially he might stop. That front left is going to be in absolute bits if he tries to do 2 laps on that. We'll see though. LLO's soft looking not too bad at the minute. If he just under half worn, he could potentially do that second lap, but it might cost him if he gets it all wrong. Those tyres let go on him. We'll see. Does he opt to come in? He's over to that right hand side. Yes, he does. Potkind Vectra also over to that right hand side, also in the pits. Ace Killer stays out on the mediums, plenty of fuel. Vossi stays out also on that medium tyre. Mart's still a long way off that pit. Lumpensammler right behind him then. Going for an overtake in the Porsche. what's Mars doing here then? Is he just helping Lump and Samler out? What do you pair do? Come in the pits or not? Not for Lump and Samler, not for Mart either. Hard tyre on for Lump and Samler, so no need to come in the pits. So Ace Killer now out front then. With the departure of LLO into the pits. 4.3 second lead over Vossi. Both those top two on the medium tyre. LLO now on the medium tyre after dropping off those softs. He's got enough fuel on then to finish the race. Popkind Vectra also fresh set of, he's gone for the softs and full tank of fuel. Again, we've just seen the softs don't like doing 2 laps on the BMW, especially if he's driving off track. Lump and Samler and Mart then still together. Again, there might just be a little bit of coaching going on here while there's less drivers on track. So Ace Killer's going to have to come in for fuel at the end of this one. He may as well stick on a set of tyres as well. Vossi then still trying to drag that Mercedes closer to Ace Killer. 3.7 seconds behind him currently. LLO. It's taken about a second out of Ace Killer's lead. Again, top two have still got to... Sam Wolf. They've still got to pit the top two. So we have got drivers coming and going, but obviously if they're halfway through, they're joining halfway through a race, they don't like hanging about for 15 minutes. Big gaps then already. Again, only 6 drivers on track, as to be expected. Nobody very close to anybody else. There is race leader Ace Killer, 3.6 seconds ahead of this man Vossi. And he's a full 20 seconds ahead of LLO. It takes another second out of that race lead though. Slowly but surely chopping into their lead. And again, they have got to pit. They will both probably stick a set of soft tyres on, which will allow them to chase down LLO if he's managed to get past pretty quickly. We'll see though. Popkind Vectra, another 6.6 seconds behind LLO. Lump and Samler and Mart under that little bit of coaching or whatever's going on there. Ace Killer looking good for race 2 at the moment, bar any mistakes, but don't write them off. You know, as we saw, he made a bit of a mistake in race 1 as he was hunting down race lead. Vossi losing more time to him then. LLO chops another second out of that lead. They will have to spend obviously less time in the pits refueling, as they only need to take on enough for a single lap. Vossi, that's Vossi and Ace Killer we're talking about. LLO and Popkind have already stopped. Lump and Samler, a little bit wrong through the carousel. Mart still chasing him around. Again, both drivers potentially, yeah, I think both drivers got to stop for a little bit of fuel at least at the end of this lap. Look at this, opening that gap up even further. Ace Killer 5.5 seconds from Vossi. visibly larger gap on track then now. LLO still making that Ferrari work. He's taken another second out of the race lead. This tells me he should be able to get himself into the front of the race for that final lap. He'll be on semi-warm mediums. But he might have a few seconds spare to just give him enough room to stay ahead of those two who come out of the pits on that fresh set of softs. We'll see. It's all going to happen in a second. Ace Killer then over the brow of the hill, back up towards the pits. Makes another second on Vossi. Into the pits for Ace Killer then. Vossi is going to follow him straight in there. And where is LLO? Just over the brow of the hill now. Past the pit entrance he goes then. And back into the lead of the race. Ace Killer still taking on board fuel. Gets released now. What's the gap going to say? Comes out just in front of Potkind, who stopped on the end of lap 1. Worn softs on for Potkind as well. They won't be helping him out at the end of this lap for sure. Ace Killer on that fresh set of softs, 6.6 seconds behind LLO. So he's got a little bit of work cut out then. Those soft tyres are going to chop into that 6-second gap pretty damn rapidly. And we know those softs will last a full lap as well. They'll be about half worn by the time Ace Killer crosses the line. So he'll have plenty of life left in them to hunt down LLO for this entire last lap. Already Potkind Vector. Oh, Potkind Vector has tried. I know what he's tried to do. He's tried to keep with the pace of Ace Killer on the fresh softs with his worn softs, and it's caused him to spin off track, and he's picked up a little bit of damage on the front. Repaired itself now. Open that gap right back up 5 seconds. Big gaps all over the place then. 6 seconds at the front between first and second. 5.5 between second and third. Another 3.5 between third and fourth. 34 seconds between fourth and fifth. Whether Lumpensamler's got enough fuel to finish this race, we'll see. Mark, he's gone for full tank, fresh set of softs, and picking up penalties. Why not? Still holding on to that 6 seconds lead, LLO. Oof, oof, that's not helping him. Loses a bit of time there. Oh my god, he's lost a big chunk of time. 1.2 seconds. Ace Killer. In fact, it's more than that. It's nearly 2 seconds he's lost. A little mistake from LLO. You're going to be able to see Ace Killer. There's his headlights. There he is. A little bit more work cut out then for LLO as he tries to hold on to this lead. Ace Killer now 3.9 seconds behind him. There he is on that softer tyre, coming into the twisty turny parts of this circuit as well, which are going to make the soft tyres work a little bit better. Maintaining that 3.9 though. No more mistakes, LLO. Come on. Ace Killer chasing him down, takes a tenth out of his lead, 3.8 seconds now. Potkind, third place, but for how much longer I don't know. Vossi closing up on him, also on that fresh tyre at the end of lap 2. Chasing down Potkind, less than a second behind him. Can't see Potkind holding on to that third place for much longer. Goes a little bit wayward through there. Vossi gets a little bit excited coming out of the right hander up towards the carousel. Tries to get the power on. Ends up on the grass. Loses that precious time to Potkind in front. Almost doubles the gap between him and Potkind. Can he bring it back down? We'll see. Yes, he can bring it back down. It's already below a second again. Let's go and recheck what's happening up front then. Come down a little bit. Ace Killer's taken another half a second out of LLO. Again, through the back half of this circuit, these twisty sections are only going to help Ace Killer on that fresh set of softs, which are obviously a little bit more grippy than the mediums. Wires expresses it, telling me it's expired when I don't even use it. Slowly but surely, that gap coming down. Can LLO hang on to it? So just round the corner here, Ace Killer made a mistake on the previous race. Needs to get within a second of LLO to pick up the toe on that Dottinger straight. Clean through there this time. That's where he made that mistake on the previous race, into the mini carousel. He loses a bit of time though to LLO. No mistakes as he hits the Dottinger then for LLO. Maintains 3 seconds lead over Ace Killer. And even with the soft tyres, I don't think he's going to close that gap up on LLO. They're no quicker in a straight line, if you like. Might be a little bit quicker out of the corners, but they make no difference on the straights. Vossi is finally past Potkind Vector as well, but it's looking good for LLO in race 2 then. Last few corners to go. Hard on the brakes. Through the left. Round the right. Don't light the tyres up and put it in the barrier. And across the line for race 2 win then for LLO. Ace Killer comes home in second. Chased him down, but it wasn't to be enough. There is Vossi then coming home in third. Barring any mistakes from him as well. Taking that third place then, Potkind Vectra. Tyres absolutely devoed as to be expected. Can't do 2 laps on a set of softs at ×5 tyre wear. Fourth place for you then. Mart just coming onto the Dottinger straight. We might not even see Mart or Lumpensamler across the line. Mart loses his penalty. Actually slowing down on the Dottinger straight as he waits for Lumpensamler, who's so out of fuel. I mean, he's not out of fuel, Lumpensamler, but he might be before the end of this one. Is Mark waiting so they can cross the line together? Or is he sodding off? He is kind of waiting for Lumpensamler, but he takes 5th. Lumpensamler comes home in 6th. Yeah, interesting. Six drivers start. At least we didn't get anyone leave. We didn't get any DNFs this race. That's makes a change. But there he is, LLO on top spot. Look at that, single page. No DNFs, mazeballs. So one more driver joined the room. Schimmel Bullet. But we did have people pop in and pop back out. Sam Wolf turned up for a second and disappeared. Kevin, whatever his name is, at the top there. Look, we've got all sorts. Popped in, popped out. Which is a shame. Right. I've got to take this hoodie off. It's just getting far too warm in here. Far too hot. Many electronic devices. Okay, what's changed? Oh, it's fuel consumption that changed. It wasn't tyre wear. So tyre wear moves to ×8, then fuel consumption drops back down from 5 to 3. Where are all the regulars? Where are all the regulars? So, 2 done, 2 to go. While we're waiting, let's whip up the old sheboying. Go check that out. Just4Fun Driving Club.de. And then what also you should be doing is, come on, no, open a new page, come on. Boom, going to the website, look, come on. Just4FunDrivingClub.de. It's all there, Discords, everything. Plenty to look at, plenty to go and have a scroll through, chuck them a message, join their Discord, all that sort of stuff. A little on me at the end there. Yeah, I'll leave the website on the screen for a little bit, but that can go. So not had a race 3 start time yet. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, people. All helps, likes, comments, subscriptions, all that sort of stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Psh. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. It's all interaction, algorithm stuff. Okay, 02. 4 minutes then to get in the lobby. Probably 3 minutes by the time you hear this, because there's a 30-second delay. Right, I'll take the take that off the screen as well. Oosh, slowly filtering back in, slowly but surely. Another one joining. Big West in the house. doing then, people. Alright, I hope. Feel free to chuck comments in the chat. So we could have 8 drivers in race 3 then. Maybe more if a couple of others join, we'll see. Come on, 2 more. Let's get 10 in the lobby. Got 8, let's hope they all stick around. Ooh. Okay, running out of time. Looks like we're going to end up with just 8 drivers then for race 3. Unless we get any last minute latecomers, but they've got to be quick. Get in, choose a car, press your tick. Hopefully be ready. Hopefully be ready. Nope, looking more and more like we're just going to have 8 then. There's 21:02, so yep, just starting to see the countdown then. Race 3 then. Okay, so newcomers always start at the front, so Biquest, Schimmel Boulet will start from the actual front, and then it's reverse grid for everybody else. Lights go on then. Let go now. Not a great start from Lumpen Samler. Schimmel all over the back of Biquest though, off the line. Audi versus Porsche. Mark through to 3rd place. Popkind Vectra through to 4th. Vossi 5th. Ace Killer 6th. LLO 7th. And Lumpen Samler looks like he might have stayed out of the way and allow those drivers through. Unfortunately, that might mean a lonely race for him. Oh no, Biquest off in the early stages. Oh, he's off again. Oh, he's off properly this time. Properly he's off. Stick around, Biquest. Don't give it up. You've got 3 laps. Come on, bro. Let's see if he sticks around. Schimmel Boulet then leading the race. 2.4 seconds now over Mar on the soft tyre. Mar on the hard tyre. Maybe looking for the nose stop this time. Oh no. Yeah, fuel's gone back down, hasn't it? Dracula, you've missed it by 30 seconds. Maybe a little bit longer. Popkind 3rd then, Vossi 4th, LLO already up to 5th place, Ace Killer 6th, Lumpen Samler 7th, Biquest after his little accident in 8th, 27 seconds off the pace, but on the soft tyre should close up with Lumpen Samler pretty quickly. Let's see how he gets on those softs. So race leader Schimmel then. 2.8 seconds over Mart. But It's soft tyre on for Schimmel, hard tyre on for Mark, soft tyre on for Potkind. Mark could end up being a bit of a cork in the bottle here, stopping these faster drivers from coming through. Medium tyre on for Vossi, medium tyre on for LLO, Ace Killer on the hards as well for race 3. Lumpensamler hards, I think he's been on the hards all night, I believe, Lumpensamler. And Biquest also on those softs. A few dents on the front of that Audi as well, unfortunately. Schimmel Boulay pulling away then on that soft tyre. So Mart lost a few positions on that hard tyre versus the drivers on the faster mediums and softs. A lot of drivers. Why do you all join the lobby when the race has started? Why? Join the lobby when we're in the lobby. So who got through then? Potkind, Vossi and LLO managed to get past Martin then with that slightly faster tyre on from these three. Mart has opted for the hard tyre, as has Ace Killer, as has Lumpensamler. Biquest actually not making as much headway as I thought into Lumpensamler's time. Schimmel absolutely stomping this Porsche around here then. Potkind in second, also on the soft tyre. Very similar wear between first and second at the minute in terms of tyre wear. On the mediums looking good, LLO on the mediums looking good as well. These two on the hard tyre, bumper to bumper. Warp Speed livery BMWs, got Lumpensamler in 7th. He's doing alright, 6 seconds behind Ace Killer, still holding 28 seconds over Biquest. Not managed to chop any time out of that gap between him and Lumpensamler yet. Okay, Schimmel lost a little bit of time, slight mistake on those half-worn mediums. Ooh, maybe runs a little bit wide through there as well. Potkind on the same tyre, almost identical in terms of wear, but looks like he's not made the mistakes that Schimmel has. Vossi and LLO hunting him down though. What are they, just 1.6 seconds behind him. LLO desperate for way past Vossi at the moment. Oh, gets a wing up the inside through there. Unfortunately, that puts him on the outside in this next corner. Trying to find that gap, LLO. Not easy here, as you can see. Just find a little bit of a gap here. Vossi allows him through. LLO stays on the track as well. Now chase down Potkind. Vossi falls out of that slipstream range as well. Wow. So are the top two going to stop at the end of lap 1 to change those half-worn softs? Way more than half-worn softs now for Potkind. Schimmel's over half-worn as well. Over the brow for Schimmel then. 3.7 seconds lead currently. He's got to stop. He can't do another lap on those tyres. Can't. You see? Can't do another lap on those tyres, you maniac. We'll see how long before he's spinning out off track. LLO then through to second position. Vossi through to third. Oh, excuse me. Mart on the hards in fourth. Ace Killer on the hards in fifth. Potkind comes in then, gets rid of those nasty softs. Great for top speed, but no good for any kind of longevity. Mediums on then for the last 2 laps. Has he played his cards right in terms of fuel? So we've lost Bick West, or whatever his name was. He's decided not to finish this one. Potkind then back out. Fresh set of mediums, hot on the heels of Lumpensamler, also on the hard tyre. Stays out of the way, allows... Oh, not quite stays out of the way. Almost stays out of the way. He tried to stay out of the way by the looks of it. So, Schimmel. Very, very broken tyres. The Porsche just turned into a drift monster at the minute. LLO, medium tyres looking good. Should start chopping chunks out of that time between himself and Schimmel. They'll all have to stop at the end of lap 2. Or potentially. Vossi in third then. Mart through to fourth. Only 2.8 seconds behind Vossi on that hard tyre. Ace Killer also on the hard tyre. 1.1 behind Mart. Potkind then after his stop 14 seconds down from Ace Killer. Should be running to the end of the race. There is Lumpensamler on the hards. It's all about how long this man can keep this Porsche on the track. Is he used to driving it with... Oh, look at the gap though. From almost 3 seconds, it's down to 1.9. That's the difference in terms of grip at the minute for Schimmel versus LLO. Finding time on every corner. Gap is now 1.2 seconds between first and second. It's less than a second then. LLO should pick up a slipstream out of the next right hand turn. Schimmel goes a little bit deep through there. Tyres already catching him out. Look how close LLO is now in that slipstream, being pulled along by Schimmel. There is an opportunity to get past down here. Tiny bit of contact between those two. Gives him plenty of room. Tiny bit of door banging. LLO not quite able to... No, not quite able to make that one work at all. A little bit too much speed into that corner. And he's got to do it all over again. Schimmel though has... Those tyres have finally caught him out. They've... Look at them, absolutely dead. That front right has got a tiny bit of life left in it. I was expecting that to happen, and it has. Schimmel gets nudged all the way down to fifth then. Still got to put a stop in. Still got to navigate the rest of this track with those worn out tyres. And there you go, there you go. Just look how difficult it is for him now to get the throttle down. Without that thing trying to light the rears up. Send him into a wall. Potkind Vector now not far behind him. He's also missed the carousel though. And Lumpensamler only 8 seconds behind Potkind. So LLO now leading the race then with the departure of Schimmel. 2.4 seconds. Oh, here we go. So that's exactly what I don't like. Schimmel not getting on well, got his strategy all wrong, crashed, lost a few places, and has left the race. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just carry on. LLO then, stretching that gap up to 3 seconds. Tyres just over that half worn mark. He can do another lap on those. He looks like he's got enough fuel on as well. Will he risk coming in for a set of tyres with Vossi so close? Vossi also could do with a set of tyres really. Again, could potentially do another lap on those. But again, they will be in very bad condition when they cross the line, ready to make everybody crash. The two BMWs, on the other hand, plenty of fuel in their tanks, plenty of life left in those hard tyres. And they are only 8 seconds behind LLO in terms of track position. Will he stop? Will he not? Plenty of fuel, but tyres could do with changing for the top two. We'll see though. What are you going to do, LLO? Are you coming in the pits? Are you risking it for the last lap? Comes in the pits, opts for those tyres. Vossi also opts for tyres. Mart, on the other hand, doesn't need to. Ace Killer doesn't need to. So these two can now battle it out for top spot for this final lap. LLO going for those fresh tyres. No need for fuel, gets released then. Out just ahead of Potkind Vectra on the medium tyres. They've got plenty of life left in those. Vossi also comes out on a set of softs. So Vossi should be able to close up on Potkind, potentially take that position off him. Lump and Samler on the hards, he's not going to stop them. LLO opting for the medium tyre for this single lap as well. That's interesting. And most drivers would have opted for the softs. They will last you a full lap for sure. On board with race leader Mark then, as his counterpart Ace Killer sits in second, chasing him down just half a second back. These two should be very clean, even for overtakes. Ace Killer and Mart, close friends on and off track, so they're not going to want to upset each other by crashing in or sending it into a corner, making either one of them crash, but they will fight for this race win. It's just, where is it going to happen? That's the question. Is Ace Killer just going to hang about until the dotting are straight? Go for the slipstream overtake on Mart. Could potentially be a mistake from either driver. Could gift the win to either one of them. We'll see. LLO then out on those medium tyres. Again, I would have thought you'd opted for the soft tyre in this final lap. Give yourself the best opportunity of chasing down the top two. Obviously the best opportunity of keeping yourself ahead of everybody else as well. Still only 9 seconds behind race leaders. The medium tyres will be faster still. Maybe not enough to make up that 9 seconds before the end of the race. Potkind under all sorts of pressure now from Vossi. That soft tyre really gripping versus the worn mediums. To the outside through here, not quite able to carry the speed. Oof, little mistake there from Potkind. Does that help Vossi out? This is where you want to go for the overtake. This is where Vossi should have been right on Potkind's tail coming out of that right-hander. Use this long, it's not a straight, but it may as well be. Oh, sorry, no, it's this. I'm looking at the wrong part of the track. Apologies. It's this part of the track where Vossi can get him. And he's making it look easy at the minute. Little mistake. Oh, no, Vossi, no. That's the green stuff. To get off the green stuff. Could have had that then. These two might be waiting till the Dottinger Straight to go for a move as well. We'll see. Oh, I've gone too far. I've gone too far. Still bumper to bumper between... Oh, Ace Killer. Oh, I missed that. Ace Killer has managed to jump Mark. I've just looked over at those leaderboards and saw Mark was in the front, so didn't sort of pay any attention to it. As I flick round to them, Ace Killer just manages to squeeze himself into race lead. Mark slots himself right into the slipstream though behind him. Can he now position himself behind Ace Killer and retake that top spot down the Dottinger? Maybe hoping for a little mistake from Ace Killer here. Ace Killer does look like he's pulling away a little bit. LLO has closed that gap down on those two, so it was 9 seconds, it's now 4.9. And I'm going to say LLO, you would have been a hell of a lot closer on the soft tyre. Potentially even looking for moves around the pair of them with that soft tyre on. Potkanden, he's managed to hold on to 4th position for the time being. Vossi back on his tail. Still in a position to go for that 4th place at some point on this final lap. There is Lumpen Samler, minute 13 down, unfortunately. Ace Killer has pulled a little bit of a gap from Mark. Enough to break the slipstream anyway. 1.1 seconds between the top two. LLO actually getting very close to these two. Is it going to be enough though? Not if you're driving on the grass. No, LLO. Oof, almost wide through there as well. He's picked up a penalty as well, LLO. What an absolute kick. Should have been on the soft. I won't say it again. Apart from when you maybe cross the line. Ace Killer then. Down the Dottinger Straight. 1.3 seconds from Mart. That gap is coming down, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Not without an absolute Hail Mary from Mark behind into one of the corners through Anthony's Garden. Looking good for Ace Killer then to take race 3 win here. Bar any mistakes, plenty of fuel, plenty of life left in those tyres. Getting the braking points right through all those corners. There they go then, the BMW's first and second across the line. Ace Killer taking the win, Mark coming home in second, LLO. If only he'd been on those soft tyres though. If only. Coming home in third position, Vossi, unable to close the gap, takes fourth. Potkinen Vectra coming home in fifth. And we don't think we're going to see Lumpen Samler cross the line. It's a little bit too far back, unfortunately. Oh! He's a little bit further back now. When we got dirty tyres, Lumpen Samler. Glory shots for Lumpen Samler then. Even though he's last, he still gets glory shots. Let's give him some, look at this, 360 dynamicness. Hey? You can clip that. It's you, Lumpen Samler. Will he take a checkered flag? Didn't know if he would, being so far back. We'll see. One more corner to go. He's going to take a checkered flag. There he is, Lumpen Samler then, coming home in 6th. Wow. Again, losing another 2 from that one. There they are then, official results. Ace Killer coming home on top spot, Mart in 2nd, LLO in 3rd, Vossi 4th, Popkind 5th, Lumpen Samler 6th, and Schimmel Boulet DNF'd, Big West DNF'd. Well, at least Schimmel stuck around. Strategy right this time, brother. Tricky strat, yeah, it was a little bit. Did you go full bore, you know, on the hards like you lot did? Did you opt to stick on that faster tyre and then lose that time in the pits? And, you know, obviously you've got to try and make that time up in the pits. You make that time up with the softer tyre and the faster thing and the stuff. Damn, we're down to 5 drivers. Mark's dipped out then, usual case, after 2nd or 3rd race from him. But look. No, that's not what you're meant to be doing. Look at all the people that came in and out during the race. Yeah? Where are you all now? Where are you all? I've seen Kevin in and out a couple of times. Quanto. He joined last week. Last race, that's correct, Popkind. Oh. Yeah, where's all the drivers when the bloody lobby's ready to go? You know, you see them all pop in and out in the races in the middle of it. Halfway through lap 1, people turn up. Oh no, yeah. You know how long the race is. 25 minutes-ish. Get yourselves back in. Gotta be last race, I'm running out of hydration. Schimmel Boulet, I don't know what you said there, but he's saying it must have been karma. So I've been asked several times when I'm joining these races, but you really don't want me on track with one of those. You really don't. I used to have just here, where my bike is now sat, a full sim, hand built by myself out of chunks of wood and a crappy old seat, and it was, but I just didn't get time to use it because I was doing this too much, so I got rid of it. Race starting. Not fully out of hydration tonight, people. That's not proper hydration though. That's just one of those. That's just one of those that I shouldn't be advertising, but I am. Cheers, Mark. Okay, tyre wear gets dropped to ×2 and fuel consumption ×2. So that's just going to mean it's an all-out thrash to the end of the race. I don't think anyone's going to need to stop for fuel or tyres for that one. Potentially, if you've got softs on, maybe. Can Zimmergin. Lobby chat in German. It breaks my brain. Some words very, very close to English. Others, nope. Right. Well, final race coming up. 5 drivers. Absolutely amazing. There was 15 drivers in the lobby when I joined. And then I think we had, what, 11? Maybe 13 actually racing. 4 DNFs in race 1. And then it's just, yeah. People seem to join the lobby during the race rather than during this downtime. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. Ooh, new driver. Tahoe 1985. Reappearing from last week. Unfortunately, you're only going to see one race on stream tonight. Can you even count, Potkind? We've gone 3-1-2 for the countdown for the race. Interesting. Right, last race of the evening then. Well, the last race on stream. I'm sure it'll pretty much be last race of the lobby anyway. Again, just 6 drivers on track for the last one. Another reverse grid. Oh, they've not put Tahoe. Oh, because this is a straight fight. Potkind's giving himself the best opportunity here, I think. I'm just going to flick through, see what sort of tyres people are on. Vossi's opted for the mediums. Potkind's on the softs. Softs on for LLO. Softs on for Ace Killer. Softs on for Schimmel. And softs on for Tahoe. So it could be Vossi that comes off worst off out of these 6 drivers. Again, on that slightly slower tyre. The lobby settings being changed. I don't know whether anybody's going to need to stop. Potkind Vectra pulling a little bit of a gap already then, 1.3 seconds. Again, Vossi on that medium tyre, just a little bit slower, allowing Potkind to slowly disappear. LLO all over his rear endo, looking for a way past, carrying the speed. He's had to back off through there. Vossi retakes that second. Nowhere for Ace Killer to go, nowhere for Schimmel to go. Oh, a little step out there by LLO. Ace Killer, Schimmel right up his rear end, then looking for a way through. Ace Killer almost pushing Vossi through there. Sorry, LLO through there. Having paint removed off his car from the flames, I think. There's Tahoe. Unfortunately, he's 2.5 seconds behind these boys. Still very close on track. Just Potkind that's managed to make a little bit of a break for it at the minute. Again, Vossi just on that medium tyre, holding up the rest of the pack at the minute. Kevin, Quanto. The race has started again, and you've joined the lobby again. Watch, we'll have 6 other drivers join the lobby as well during this race. Quanto's left. Tahoe still just hanging on in there, 2.4 seconds back from this pack. Oh, Vossi gets it wrong. Medium tyres light up, around he goes. LLO. Oh, there might have been a little bit of contact then between LLO and Vossi. LLO has pulled right over, allowing Vossi to get back up to speed. Oh, Tahoe's got something all wrong as well. Same corner by the looks of it. Hopefully nothing to do with those two. That's yours for the taking, Tahoe. Changes things a little bit then. LLO now being harassed by Tahoe. If we jump to the front, the gap now 3.6 seconds for oh, Beastie, what are you doing turning up at 10 o'clock? Oh, it's 9. 3.5 seconds then for Potkind over Ace Killer. He's got a mirror full of Schimmel at the minute. What's your livery saying? I need to have a closer look at that. Nolla Racing. Okay. Can Potkind take a race win then? I mean, we are only on lap 1. 3.6 seconds lead currently over Ace Killer. Ace Killer potentially having to go a little bit defensive in some of these corners as Schimmel piles a bit of pressure on him. Just half a second back at the moment. Vossi then in that 4th spot. Tahoe in 5th. LLO, no, he's had that Ferrari round a couple of times. It's got dents on the front, dents on the back. He's 12 seconds off the pace of Tahoe. A little bit of damage is going to make that Ferrari run slow as well for a few seconds. Oh, he's picked up that damage in 2 different spots because the front's repaired itself. The back is still damaged. That just repairs itself now. Luckily it's only lap 1 and just, what, about 2/3 of the way through. He'll still be able to get back involved at some point, LLO. Potkind completely muffs up the race lead. Oh, look at that, Ace Killer and Schimmel all over the back of him then. What a disaster for Potkind. 3.6 second lead down to half a second now, exactly when they hit the Dottinger straight. Can they both get past him? They're both picking up a slipstream. Seconds gap behind Schimmel, back to Vossi. Ace Killer getting a little bit closer to Potkind, dragging Schimmel. He's not been able to close up enough yet though. Ace Killer looking to get past. He's got a little nose just ahead. Oh, side by side on the way through those last couple of corners, but it is Potkind that retakes race lead. These 3 then are going to go around and battle it out for lap 2. Again, tyres and fuel should last them the entire race. No strategy really involved for this one. Vossi in 4th after, oh, I was going to say after a little mistake. That was a very big mistake. Is there contact between you and Tahoe potentially? Yes, looks like it. Tahoe pulling over. LLO then back in the fight with that mistake. So we've got two three-way battles now then. We've got Potkind, Ace Killer and... oh. Schimmel's left. I don't know. But he's gone. So we've got a two-way fight and a three-way fight now then. So Potkind and Ace Killer neck and neck. And we've got Vossi, LLO. Where's Tahoe? No! Tahoe's just spun it off track. No damage on that car, but he's off the pace of those two in front of him now. So we've got two-way fights going on now then. Potkind and Ace Killer, LLO and Vossi. But LLO is on the soft tyre. Vossi is on that medium tyre. So LLO can brake later, turn sharper, accelerate earlier than Vossi. Just be able to stick with Vossi until he sees an opportunity. Looking for a way past into the hairpin. Maybe on the exits. Oh, close, but running into foxholes. That's going to be a brave move to try and go for an overtake through here. Almost got his wing up the inside there. Again, just that little bit of contact between those two as they take different lines. But again, LLO doing the gentlemanly thing, pulling over. He knows he's made contact with Vossi. He knows he's pushed him off track. We don't like to see people just driving off when that happens. You know, you've caused the accident. Pull over, let the other driver get back to you, overtake you, and then you can both get on with the racing. Vossi makes a little mistake there though. LLO gets through cleanly with that tiny little bit of loose action from Vossi's Mercedes. Unfortunately now he's just going to slowly but surely get smaller and smaller in the rear view of LLO as those soft tyres grip up a lot better than the mediums. Gap already extended to a second then between those two. Let's chuck ourselves back to the front of this race. We see Ace Killer then managing to get past Potkind. Potkind hot on his tail though, using the slipstream to his advantage, but is it going to be enough? I don't think he'll get it done down here. Oh! That's not the line, Potkind, at all. A bit brutal. Retakes top spot though. Ace Killer, got to try again somewhere. A lap and a half to go. LLO, again, as I've mentioned, will start pulling away from Vossi. He's 28 seconds behind the drivers in front of him, unfortunately, so that fight could be way off the cards. But he is pulling a little bit more time from Vossi. Tahoe, after those mistakes, 5.9 seconds behind Vossi. Still not out of the race yet though for Tahoe. He's on that soft tyre versus Vossi on the slower mediums. There is Vossi, there is Tahoe. So not a massive gap between them, 5.3 seconds. Again, soft tyre versus medium. About a lap and a third left to go. Potkind maintains the lead then. Ace Killer has had a couple of looks. He's managed to get in front of Potkind once. Now is he just hanging about strategically then, Ace Killer, waiting for that dotting up? Airborne through there for the two BMWs. Half a second in it between these two. quarter of a second as they come round the swallowtail. Ace Killer already closing that gap. Potkind carries too much speed through there, sticks it onto the grass, sticks it into the wall. He's going to lose a lot of time. He's not going to be able to stick in the slipstream of Ace Killer as he's carrying more speed down the Dottinger Straight. Ace Killer has just got to put one more lap in after this then. Potkind could potentially get back involved. I would say Ace Killer's the faster driver out of the two. It's going to be hard pushed. Maybe have to wait for a mistake if there is one from Ace Killer. Gap opening up a little bit more, 1.4 seconds. So on to the final lap of the last race of the evening. It is now Ace Killer leading, 1.6 seconds over Potkind Vectra. He has got himself a good 25 seconds over LLO though. He's got himself another 4.2 seconds over Vossi. Tahoe has fallen off the back of the pack a little bit here, 8.5 seconds off the back of Vossi. Calm, collected. No pressure on him at the minute for Ace Killer. Potkind still a second and a half behind him. Ace Killer opening that gap up again a little bit there. Almost 2 seconds between them. Slightly more track knowledge maybe for Ace Killer versus Potkind. LLO's just going to have to settle for third unless Potkind Vectra decides to spin his BMW round a couple of times. Big old gap, 24 seconds to try and make up to second position. No mistakes from him though. He's got Vossi just lurking 5.3 seconds behind him. Any big mistakes from LLO will give Vossi that position. And Tahoe, Tahoe down to 4 drivers then. Tahoe's dipped out. Luckily it's last lap. So really this is the only battle. It's not really a battle because, you know, they're 2.5 seconds apart at the minute. Vossi's not going to be able to put it back onto LLO. He's on the medium tyre, whereas LLO is on the soft tyre, which is obviously quicker. So barring any mistakes, it's going to be everybody staying exactly where they are. Oh, I say that as Ace Killer loses half a second to Potkind. In fact, 0.7 of a second to Potkind. Tiny mistake from Ace Killer. Gap at 1.3 seconds. Doesn't want to lose any more time to Potkind. Bring Potkind into the slipstream range. Up that back straight, that's the last thing you want. Tahoe saying something in German in the lobby chat, but I don't know. That gap has come down then. Ace Killer leads, but by only 0.8 of a second. Potkind has got himself well within slipstream range now as they head up towards the carousel. Could still be a punch up between these two then. Hasty Bug rejoining the room, but for us this is last. Oh, he's left the room. This is going to be last race of the evening for me on stream at least, and looking at how many people are in the room, it might be last race in the lobby. Killer just opens that gap up again. It's outside of that slipstream range now for Potkind. There's a lot of time through those last couple of corners. From point 8 is opened up to 1.3. So losing 0.5 of a second. Needs to get himself below the 1 second mark to pick up any kind of slipstream on that dotting a straight. It's going to be his last opportunity to go for the race win here. Gets even bigger at 1.5. He's got wide through there as well. That's in the bag then for Ace Killer. Opens up a little bit more then, so it's pretty much 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds as Ace Killer hits that dotting a straight. He's just got to stamp that throttle all the way to the end then. Potkind Vectra is going to come home in second. LLO is going to take third. And it's going to be Vossi that takes fourth. Can you believe it? 4 drivers on the Nords. Unreal. And again, you've seen how many drivers pop in and out. It's a popular lobby, just people are coming in at exactly the wrong time. Last couple of corners for Ace Killer to go then, and he is going to take race 4 win. Is that 2 for you, Ace Killer? I believe it is. 2 wins for Ace Killer tonight. Potkind Vectra, unable to keep with the pace, comes home in second. LLO makes up a bit of time on those two. It's still way off the pace really, 18 seconds behind, but we'll take third. There he is, crossing the line. We just wait for Vossi. Last corner for him then. And fourth. Wow, 4 drivers at Nords. Unreal. And there it is. Ace Killer on the top spot. So we did lose 2 then. We lost Tahoe and Schimmel from that one. And that is it. So another night of Nordshliefe done and dusted. Same time, same place next week, 8 o'clock here on my channel. God blimey. But tomorrow night at 9 o'clock we've got the next round of the Ferrari. So they took a week off last week as some of the boys were at Brands Hatch down south in the UK, watching some of the racing down there. But they are back tomorrow night for the sprints. Where's it at? Oh, it's I know where it is. Chicane of Death, Dragon Trail Seaside. So that's Ferraris, that's GT4 class, 2 sprint races. Is it 2 20-minute races? I forget. It's 2 races tomorrow night. It might be a short race and a slightly longer race, but that's what we've got coming up tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. And then again, as I've said, same time, same place next week, 8 o'clock here on my channel. So that's about it from me, peeps. Again, if you have liked what you've watched, click all the buttons, press all the things, share it out. Comment if you haven't. Comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. You know the game. But what I mostly want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.